We all remember the days of Hubert Ogunde. We remember all the traveling theaters. There was nothing happening. So I asked myself what I could bring to the table. I opened up the hall at Terra Culture and gave it free to the practitioners. And people asked, this will fizzle out, it's not sustainable. 8 years down the line, we were able to take Nigeria's first musical to London. For the first time, we showed Nigeria's first musical on London's West End. It had never happened before. People did not believe in us, but we did it. You know, the thing about Nigeria also is that we place a lot of value on cash, but we don't focus on the intangibles. When I talk about taking the first Nigerian musical on board, I expected you all to shout, woo, because it's very significant. We broke barriers. When we got to London, even the British press were not expecting the success that we achieved. When the BBC arts correspondent came to us, Will Gumpers, and he recorded the show, and he put it on BBC's News at 10. News at 10 is not CNN where, you know, it gets repeated every second. There is a vetting committee that decides what goes on BBC's News at 10. We were mentioned more than the Parliament on the date that we opened in London. That's what I expected. What that does for Nigeria is that it changes the perception of Nigerians. Prior to that, Cameron had just told us that we were fantastically corrupt. What we did with our singular action was to tell them that we have brains in Nigeria, and we're all not dumb. We're not all dumb. We can do theater, and we can do theater at the highest level. Again, we ventured into movie making. Yet again, people will have snide remarks about Nollywood, yet they're doing nothing. At least some people were brave and bold enough to start something without anything. And we do that a lot. We knock ourselves. When you see the way American press and British press prop up their own, you wonder, you see the person, is this the person? Here we knock and we knock and we knock entrepreneurs in particular. People who are bold to stand up and say, I'm going to take the bull by the horn. We did movies, and we did our first movie, got to the Toronto Film Festival, and has been nominated in the Chicago Film Festival as well. You know, this is no mean feat. People have been doing movies in Nigeria for years. They didn't get to Chicago. They didn't get to Toronto. What it means that from singular thoughts, myself or my partners, from one person's idea, we have been able to change the conversation about Nigerian cinema by doing this movie on Ebola. 93 days, free advert. It's showing in the cinemas as we speak. Please go and watch. I'm serious. We need to celebrate those who are true, genuine heroes in Nigeria. They are daredevils of this world. And what we did there, for the first time again, the United States Department for Health in DC called us and said, would like to see your movie. Would like to see the perspective you took on Ebola and how you were able to stop Ebola. It was a very high delegation reception in DC for a Nigerian movie. You know, and with all sense of humility, I am a lawyer. I trained myself. I saw the opportunity. I worked hard. I motivated myself. I have a phenomenal team that works with me. And through practice, through hard work, we work endlessly. And we're churning out good products that can rival things on the international platform. And we all need to do this. I have not sought government support. Minister Lai Mohammed is a good friend. He supports us. But the fact of the matter is, we don't depend on government largesse. We don't depend on the patronage. We decided this is an industry that has massive potential to change the landscape for employment in Nigeria. And we got involved and we did what we need to do. So the question is, what are you doing? Why do we keep waiting for government? Again, there's an area that as individuals I need to focus on today. And it's the area of philanthropy. I'll mention this and I'll keep mentioning it. The mass of Nigerians have been done a serious disservice by those who first got ill-gotten wealth and chose to put it in foreign accounts abroad. The least they can do is be creative about the theft. Bring the money and build roads for us. Come on. Look, why are you putting this money in bank accounts that is of no use to us? Take it. Build roads in Nigeria. Build hospitals for us. Build galleries for us. Every Nigerian is a generation or two removed from poverty. We all have poor relatives. Everybody. So how dare any Nigerian say he has savings, especially ill-gotten savings, sitting in a bank account that he's smiling at every day? Or what use is that to me or to anybody else? Philanthropy is something that has grown to become an institution in America. We all talk about Harvard. All of us send our children to Ivy League schools. Most of them were built through the philanthropy of individuals who had money and wealth. They invested back in their societies. So yes, a lot of us have our children abroad, but again, we're not creative. Why can't we all come together and say, look, Bolanle, the amount of money you pay for school fees, senator, minister, governor, let's all develop schools here in Nigeria. If you see the aeroplanes when school term starts, going to England, it's a bus, it's a downfall, going to London with our children. Yet all of us there haven't thought out of the box to create schools here in Nigeria for our own children. So, if I'm saying all of this, because I need to start rounding up, it's that all of us have to start challenging ourselves and asking ourselves, what can I bring to the table? And there's some characteristics that you'll find that cuts across people that are creative and people that add value. The first is, you must have a vision. You must know what you want to do, and you must have a mission and a passion to achieve it. But more important is that you must have courage. It's not easy. We fight brutal fights when we run businesses in Nigeria. You must be fearless, because people are going to knock you, the environment will knock you, but you cannot afford to give up. You have to be an individual who believes that failure is just a temporary thing, but that eventually you will become successful at whatever it is you decide to do. So whenever you get knocked down, always remember that the Wright brothers, they did not build the aeroplane. The aeroplane did not fly the first time they tried it. Certainly not. You keep trying till you get it right. Never give up. Because the environment is so frustrating that it's easy for us to give up. Finally, let me just round up here. Government. Now let's look at government. We need our governance to change. We need ingenious ideas, and we need sincerity. We need each and every one of us to get involved in governance. We need to hold those that are ruling us accountable. Through peaceful means, NGOs, CSOs, everybody needs to start asking, what is going on? Why are you being paid this much? What are you doing with the monies that we collect? We all need to get involved in the conversation. And of course, we all say the same thing. Government needs to create the enabling environment, and we need to focus on exportation, exportation, exportation. Whatever it takes for Nigeria to become an export country, export orientation must be the goal going forward. We have to stop consuming other people's finished products as a nation. It is a trade paradigm that has to shift in Nigeria. We cannot continue like this. So as my closing remarks, I have 26 seconds. I will say that whenever you're all wondering why Nigeria is not working the way it's supposed to be working, you should always ask yourself also, maybe I am the missing piece in that puzzle. Maybe I am also not contributing my own little quota to that space called Nigeria. Maybe I have a lot of talent that is buried in me, maybe I'm a Wale Soyinka, buried in the civil service because I want the easy way out. Maybe I'm another Mark Zuckerberg, earning 20,000 naira because of fear. Let us all look within ourselves and challenge ourselves to become part of the success story of Nigeria. Thank you.
Let us be seated, please. Thank you very much.